it's Kris.
And I'm Wyatt Elliott from Notebook Entertainment.
And you're watching Horrorland News. Alright, so coming up on Notebook TV channel this week, Wednesday we're going to probably have a review this for Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. We saw it over the weekend. Loved it. Great satire. Fabulous.
Great ending.
Right. Friday, we're going to do our pop culture news. Again, we're still working on a name for it. Alright, so let's move on to TV Roundup.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
We were off last week, but the week before, for American Horror Story, I told you about how the fan accounts were going on. Basically, they were going black. They were going on protest, blackout. They weren't going to post any information about American Horror Story because they weren't getting any information, and it was getting tiresome for them that it was left to them to do free promotion for the show and then not even get any tidbits to help. That lasted like less than a week, guys, because yeah, American Horror Story came out and they're like, oh, here's some set photos and here's some news about casting. So the cast announcements include AHS regulars like Zachary Quinto, Billy Lord, Isaac Powell, and Patti LuPone. But most exciting, Sandra Bernhard is going to make her debut on American Horror Story. And then also Joe Mantello and Charlie Carver have also reportedly signed on. So I'm not quite sure who they are, but maybe if I saw photos I would know.
Yeah.
And then set photos released show that the season may take place in the 70s or 80s. Oh. They already did 80s, so it's probably the 70s.
Yeah. Or it could be a flashback.
Or early 80s, like, because they did late 80s. That's all the fan accounts were asking for, was just something to share and get people excited about.
Yeah, something to talk about. Now they have stuff to discuss.
Right. So there's still no official title or firm premiere date, but it will be released before Halloween, just like normal. So probably end of September, early October. Also, I found out that AHS had been ordered through season 13, which I wasn't aware of before. I'm sure it was in the news, but I missed it somehow. So that's exciting.
How far? Where are we now?
11. This year's season 11.
Okay, so that's 2 more seasons. All right. I mean, maybe they want to end on 13. You know.
I mean, lucky number 13.
Right. Makes sense.
You need 13 to make a full coven.
Oh.
I'd be fine if they brought Coven back. I love Coven.
It's all going to tie back. Oh, wow.
Well, considering one of the AHS stories had to do with Coven, too, you know?
No, and that seems to be the one they've brought back a couple of times, or at least once anyways.
Well, witches are awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Devil in the White City is getting a series at Hulu. And Keanu Reeves has signed on to star. So I don't know if he's going to be, what is it, the architect? It's been forever since I read the book.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
An architect, yeah. So I don't know if he's going to be the architect or if he's going to be H.H. Holmes. I hope he's H.H. Holmes.
I do too.
I like that Watcher movie. I know it's not a great movie, and it sucks how he got suckered into being in it. If you don't know the story on that, look it up, because that's insane and not right.
Right.
But, I didn't mind, like, I liked him as a bad guy. So I'm down for more Keanu Reeves bad guys.
I think he could be a very good bad guy. I mean, like, there was years they were talking of doing, I think Scorsese was going to do an H.H. Holmes movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Leonardo DiCaprio are executive producing this.
Oh, well, there you go. So this is the evolution of that then. Okay.
So if you want to know what it's about, you can pick up a copy of the book, because it is based off the book Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. I have a copy at home. I love true crime and serial killers. So The Devil in the White City tells the true story of 2 men, an architect and a serial killer, whose fates are forever linked by the Chicago World's Fair of 1893. Alright, so for Trailer Park this week, there's been so many trailers we've been gifted with. What I want to do is I want to actually, instead of showing you new trailers, go through all the movies that are opening in the next 2 months, so the rest of August and September, and kind of remind you guys of what's coming.
That's a great idea.
So first up, coming up, Beast will be August 19th in theaters. I'm going to skip that one only because killer animals is not my genre. I don't want to see the lion get killed. Like, I don't mind the lion tearing people to pieces. I don't want to see the lion get hurt.
She wants to root for the lion,
right,
basically.
that's
which, if it turns out that that's the movie and the lion,
then I'll go see it afterwards.
Yeah, then we'll once we hear the spoilers, we'll go see it. But but now that you brought that up, I want to address something real quick because it's been going around the internet that the dog lives at the end of Prey, and it does. The dog totally lives at the end of Prey. But
however,
what I'm not hearing people talk about, because I watched it first, thankfully, because she was busy. And I immediately texted her and I was like, "You do not want to watch Prey. There is so much animal torture,
and I'm not talking about
death.
The bison and shit that the Native Americans are hunting because I understand that.
Yeah.
But he said that there's like a wolf fight or something, and I know.
Yes, there's a scene that I can't even put into words, but that happens to a wolf, and I understand because the predator's new to this world. He's going through the different predators until he gets to human, and so he treats the wolf like he does his other victims, and they show it, and it's CG and everything, but it was really disturbing, I thought. And I'm not as...
Guys, let's keep our gore to humans.
Yeah,
I did not keep our gore to humans.
I think everybody else who's sensitive to animal death should know, do not watch Prey. Yeah. It is a good movie.
That's why I didn't watch Midnight Mass.
There you go. But yeah, be careful.
But I'm not going to begrudge other people. If you want to watch it, I'm hearing great things about Prey.
It is
so
good.
Go watch it if you want to, but be warned.
It is a good time, and it's really well done. Some of the acting's a little iffy, but...
she kills it,
She kills it. Yeah, literally. Spoiler alert. But I know I've seen people on the internet now say, like, okay, so let's just have Predator be in different timelines.
Right. I saw the people like, Samurai.
Samurai would be awesome. I'm so down for a Samurai Predator movie. I'm sorry. I totally took your story there.
So, well, that's fine. It was just Beast. I'm not going to see it, but please go support Beast if you are fine with that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Orphan First Kill is coming out August 19th on Paramount Plus. I might skip that one. There's so many other things to watch, you guys. Like
I haven't even seen the original one.
I haven't. It was okay. It was okay.
I've only seen so.
This one I do want to see. The Invitation will be August 26th in theaters.
That looks good.
That's the one reminding you. It's basically a retelling of Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Barbarian, comes out September 9th in theaters. I do want to see that.
I really want to see that.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
And that's the one where the two people, Bill Skarsgård, accidentally books the same house, at the same time as the girl, and Justin Long's somehow in it.
Which Winona Ryder's in a movie right now on
very
demand.
similar,
It's very similar setup, but it looks like the plot's different, but the setup is the same.
Right. Well, it's a good setup.
It's a great setup. I'm going to do it if nothing else. Well, it's going to be funny. Maybe.
Then we've got Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and reminding you, we brought this up before. Mm-hmm. It's a 3-night Fathom event only, so it's September 19th, 20th, and 21st. So get your tickets if you want to see it. Only those 3 nights.
Yeah. And we're gonna go see this one because what's his name is not
he who shall not be named.
Correct. The director is not involved in it. We want to remind you of that as well for those who are concerned about that.
It is safe to see this movie.
It is safe to see this movie. Finally.
As far as we know.
True. True.
All right. So then moving on, we've got another one I really want to see. Don't Worry, Darling is coming out September 23rd in theaters. God, that looks like gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. My Best Friend's Exorcism is a horror comedy coming out September 30th on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
and it's based on a book, I guess, that came out in 2016.
All right.
And then another one that I want to see, Smile, comes out September 30th in theaters. All right, so let's move on to our news section. All right, so we had a lot going on last week. I had to take, I had 3 different vet appointments for 3 different animals, and there's so much going on. Yeah. So this is going to be a very short news segment this week. The first one is Diablo Cody, who did Jennifer's Body.
Yes.
And Juno. I love Juno.
Yeah.
But Jennifer's Body is the horror, so we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
She's going to be back in the horror genre with a horror comedy called Lisa Frankenstein. She's writing it, and it'll be directed, I think she's producing too, and it'll be directed by Zelda Williams. starring Katherine Newton and Cole Sprouse.
Oh.
I'm excited for Cole
You're
Sprouse.
right.
And then Carla Gugino has also just signed on to be in it. It'll be set in 1989. The film follows an unpopular high schooler who accidentally reanimates a handsome Victorian corpse during a lightning storm and starts to rebuild him into the man of her dreams using a broken tanning bed in her garage. I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
You got me. I'm hooked.
Right. I've seen worse premises, you know, like it can't be any worse than Frankenhooker.
I mean,
or better than Frankenhooker for those who love that movie.
I mean, there's got to be some.
Oh, there's a lot.
All right, so we'll bring you more info as that comes out. I'm sure once they finish filming, trailer, date, all that. But it sounds like a fun project, so I'm excited.
And, you know, she did a good job with Jennifer's Body.
I like Jennifer's Body.
Exactly. I think the problem that people had with it was they thought it was going to be this big sex romp. And they thought it wasn't.
It was satire, basically.
It was never supposed to be, but it was, what's her name was in the part.
Yeah, Megan Fox.
And she was the hottest thing in the world at that point, and everybody was like, oh my God, it's about her being a succubus. This is going to be sex up the walls. And that wasn't the angle they were going for. It wasn't,
psych, it's feminist and about women's rights.
Yeah.
Oh, psych.
Right. So, and I got that the minute I saw it, but, you know. So, I think it's got like a cult following now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I really did like it. And again, I love Juno too. So
yeah, Juno was great. Juno was great.
All right, so let's move on. Jason Blum has been on Twitter teasing images about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
He sent out a tweet saying basically, hey, we're excited to be working with Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
That's amazing.
That's exciting.
That is really cool. Good instincts there, guys.
Yep. I think Five Nights at Freddy's needs practical. It really does.
First of all, you're already late to the game because you've had 2 other movies come out that beat you to the premise. Even though the game came out first, but the Willy's Wonderland and Banana Splits.
I love the Banana Splits movie.
And they had to use practical effects, as they should here, because they're supposed to be animatronics.
Right.
You know, like, no, I think they're doing the right thing, and don't waste any money and go to Jim Henson, because Five Nights at Freddy's has a lot of people excited for this movie and waiting for it. And Bloom is now understanding he's hyping it and he's trying to play with the audience a little bit.
Well, the audience was kind of getting on him. Like, I remember a couple months ago, he tweeted out and he was like, I get it. I hear you guys on the Halloween Kills trailer and on the Five Nights at Freddy's news. It's coming. And then he gave us the Halloween trailer. And now he's starting to sprinkle out some Five Nights at Freddy's news.
He's got gold as long as he handles it right.
Exactly. And this is a great step. There's so many talented people working at the Creature Shop.
Oh, yeah.
And just because Jim Henson's no longer there, it doesn't mean that they don't meet his requirements and his what his goals were.
They did, and I didn't get around to watching this full series, but I did see an episode or 2 of The Dark Crystal on Netflix, and it's just amazing.
Well, they had to do it because they did the movie.
I
so
know.
anything
but
else
what I'm saying is,
wouldn't
like,
have worked because people would be like, that looks like shit.
Well, it would have, but my point is like they're still relevant. You know what they can do. So now picture that technology with this, and heck, even back in the '90s with turtles and dinosaurs and all they did. You know, after Jim Henson, like they're puppets is definitely still a viable and relevant technology.
Yeah,
and
any kind of puppet. Because look how many ventriloquists win America's Got Talent. Like, although that logo Darcy was really good.
Yes. So
that's it for news. Let's move on to our indie film spotlight.
My advice to young filmmakers: make a movie every week. Make films, no matter what anybody says, and you'll be a filmmaker.
Play it again, Sam.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about a horror short called VR Escape Room. It's only 3 minutes and 21 seconds in runtime, so it's not going to take up
You're not going to hear me say this often, but I'll say it with this one. It's way too short.
Yeah,
because
we needed more.
The premise of this is fantastic.
We needed way more. This is on ACM Official's YouTube channel. So here's their synopsis. In this virtual reality escape room, you may not get out alive. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's not a complicated setup.
Nope.
You know, but I sent
it to him, and when I sent it to him, I said, okay, I chose this one because A, it's cool, but specifically because I have a feeling it's going to give you a million ideas, because it certainly did me.
It sure did. It even helped me figure out a video game Halloween episode that I've been working on for like 2 years, trying to figure out how to make it work, and then I saw this, I'm like, oh, there it is. So, but what I loved about it was, because there's been plenty of movies about a horror video game and stuff, but this one, she puts a virtual helmet on, and of course, they show the whole, you know,
first
GoPro
person,
shots, first person, all the standard stuff. What I liked about it, really caught me, was then all of a sudden she goes to take the helmet off, and she's actually still in
the game,
that
trapped.
game.
Yep.
And that was, like, brilliant, I thought.
I loved it.
I love that. It's cheap. It's brilliant. When I say cheap, I mean for an independent film to do. It's an effect that really set me back. I'm like, whoa. And it works. And it's easy to do. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Great acting from both actresses that are in it. The cast was, the gamer was Brittany Hollenbach, and the crying woman was Malia Raya.
Yeah, and again, so the girl that's the gamer, she's the one that has to keep you watching, keep your attention. I don't even think she has a word of dialogue. Is there maybe some screams or something?
Right.
But it's just about her playing a virtual reality game by herself and gets trapped in this and then basically can't get out until she dies.
Yeah, and it's like, it tells her, like, she, even though she doesn't have the helmet on anymore, she still sees, like, the words pop up, like, find the key, you know?
Yeah, so she's in the game now. I love the transition, and of course the ending is, you know, what you would expect.
Right. But yeah, I agree, more. I wanted more, longer, let's see her actually play out a level, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I think it's missing. And we've featured this filmmaker before. So writer, director, DP, editor, sound design is all Alex Magana. So I know we featured some of his stuff before, because I know I've recognized that name.
It does sound familiar. I'm sure that we have. I'll have to definitely check out his YouTube channel, as you should too.
Well, it's not his. It's not his. It's
Oh.
ACM official, but I think they have like a bunch of different. It's like a altar where they have a bunch of different people.
We'll still check out the YouTube channel where we found it, and maybe you'll come across his or other good films on there.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else. And then, of course, while you're thinking of subscribing to channels, if you don't mind, please hit subscribe onto this channel.
Like your video? Like our video?
Like
our video?
Like our video.
And I just want to say, we are aware that there was some Friday the 13th news.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a nothing burger. Like, it's news about news maybe coming.
Right. It's like, hey guys, there might be an announcement.
There might be
at the end of the
year. Maybe.
Maybe. Don't hold us to it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't cover that story, because it's really nothing.
Yeah.
So just to let you know.
But we are excited.
We are aware. We are aware that there might be news.
All right, on that note, thank you for watching, and I think I've taken up enough of your time, so I'm going to shut up now.
All right, have a good night, goodbye. Like our video?
Like
our video?
Like our video. And please let us know in the comments if you have any comments.
If you have anything to say.